Hi planner fans, this is my first YouTube video, so be kind. Please forgive my dog chewing rawhide in the background and my New York accent because I can't control either of those. I just wanted to show you my 2015 setup in my Chic Sparrow Black Beauty Creme Brulee from Jennifer Harvey. I have 3 notebooks from her and I think they're amazing. I had started with a classic Midori notebook, which I liked very much, but the limitation with that notebook was the minimum number of notebooks I could keep in there. I found I really wanted 3 at least, and the overhang was becoming an issue for me. So when I started looking at Instagram and YouTube, I found that a lot of people were saying that they really loved these notebooks, and I can't say enough. I think the leather is amazing. The workmanship is beautiful. I have 2 creme brulees. This is the Black Beauty. I have the creme brulee color, and I also have a different leather called Brazilian Bliss, which she no longer stocks, but she has a whole new line of leathers that are worth checking out, which I will link below. So this is my 2015 setup, which took a little while to sort of nail down, but I really like where it's at. So I thought I would show you how it looks. This particular notebook has pockets, which is an option for her this year. I carry in here just some Post-it flags for the top. I tend to like to tab the top so that you can see the different categories and I can quickly get to where I'm going. I also carry these really basic Post-it flags that just alert me to certain things, or if an appointment isn't necessarily permanent, I might write it on there, put it on a date, and then when it's finalized, put it in more firmly into my calendar. This is a yellow paper house, sort of a check register insert that I covered with scrapbook paper. I'll show you from the back just because I have actual bank information written in. It just gives you the date, the description, the amount. I really like this because I can write in my transactions, tuck it in here, carry it with me when I'm going to work, if I'm paying any bills on my lunch hour, that type of thing. I have it with me. And then I just have some little scraps of paper here for shopping lists, that kind of thing, that I keep up front. I try not to bulk up the pockets because pretty quickly the notebook gets really full. This is the Midori zipper pocket. I think everyone's pretty familiar with. I like to use this just as a pretty dashboard. I put in some pretty art I found on Pinterest just with some washi tape that I liked. These are pictures of my family and some just some journaling cards, some Project Life cards. This was just a cool picture of a fortune cookie that a friend of mine got for the new year. And these are the Electrum adhesive pen loops that I like. They don't fit really big pens because I like this uni style fit pen, but it will at least fit on like this so you can close the book, or a skinnier pen like this will fit all the way in. So I like that one. This is, again, just more pictures of my family, more journaling cards. This first book, which is pretty thin, is inside of a dashboard by Hobby Lane on Instagram. I have it held closed with an ollie clip. And these are dashboards that you can just put inserts that you print out on your own inside. And I really like that because I like to print my own inserts on paper. Because I'm a little bit of a paper snob, so I like to print my own inserts. And she makes really cool dashboards. This insert can be found on Ms. Nora'sPlans. I'll put her information below. This is a bullet journaling page that I really liked. I think most people are familiar with bullet journaling. If you aren't, I'll put some links below. I really like Jess Torina's video on bullet journaling in a Midori because I think particularly if you like to use a Midori, it's a really nice place to figure out how you might want to do it in your Midori. The way I use this is I bullet journal here and just dump everything I can think of in here. I usually will just put a masking sticker with the date. I have some things covered that have personal information, but then I will move this by category or when it needs to be done into my planner later. But I really like this Ms. Wenda Plans. This was a free printable. I also threw in some just straight graph paper that I like. I sewed into this insert just some lists, books and movies that I want to see, just some reference information. I have some passwords covered up back there. So this is really just a bullet journal and some reference information. If you make these dashboards on your own, or Hobby Lane, when she sells them, she explains to people that because they're laminated, especially at the spine, they kind of pop open. If you just stick an ollie clip on them, it kind of trains them closed, and then they stay closed really easily after that. I made this one myself, just with scrapbook paper that I liked, and this is actually my planner insert. It took me a while to figure out which DIYfish inserts I liked. I kind of liked all of them, but I wasn't totally sure which ones worked. For a while I was using a day on one page for tasks and appointments, and I was finding that I wasn't always filling the page and sort of felt oddly guilty about that. So what I did was combined inserts from a couple of different versions, which I will admit to not knowing off the top of my head, so I will link them below. I'll explain this in a minute, but the one I'm using here has a horizontal month on one page here that I really like, with, you know, I put some stickers on for major events, for pay dates, things that are recurring, important events. She has the tracker, the monthly tracker down here that I like. I'm going to start using this for even more monthly, you know, things that I want to keep track of. Down here I write books I'm currently reading because I want to track those for the year as well. So I really like this monthly, weekly insert in particular. Then you go into your weeks here, which I really like because I like to see the week at a glance and be able to put appointments here. Now, when DIYfish does this one, she means it to be vertical, and my brain doesn't really work that way. So Monday starts here. I just turn it, and I think a lot of people use it this way, and renumber it and just do Monday through Friday with the dates, no big deal, and write your information here. And I put all my appointments here, and then you have this nice blank graph page here. Sorry, I'm bumping into my camera a little bit because the tripod is new to me. You have your graph page here, and what I use this for is to go from my bullet journal. So when I go to my overview here of all the things I've kind of dumped that I have in my head, I'll take the things that I want to do this week and move them over here. So I have my weekly to-dos, I have my weekly appointments, and then I know what my goals are for the week. And I then jump to my week on 2 pages, and to-dos for specific days get written in. This particular week on 2 pages is from Hurry Up and Plan on Etsy. Her shop is great. Excuse me, I just want to flatten that out. Her shop is great. She has really, really pretty inserts. I had a hard time choosing, and her service is great, and she's really, you know, communicative and has great service. I was very torn between these inserts, and I will show you, I put some graph paper in between these inserts, which were from Homemade Kraft, and I also loved these. So what I did was I bought both, and I printed out a few weeks of one, followed by a few weeks of the other, and then I just sewed them together so that I have a little variety. So I use one for a few weeks, and then I look forward to seeing the next one. It's just a way to be able to shake it up a little bit. I used Ray Blake on YouTube. His website is My Life All in One Place. He does great videos on how to make your own inserts. I've never sewed anything in my life, and I was able to sew these inserts based on his instructions, because I do like them to really stay together, as opposed to just slipping them under the elastic. That's just my preference, and I think it's great. So this is where I write my to-dos. I don't know if you can see them in any detailed manner, but there are some that are just repeated from the beginning of the week all the way through. I work full-time and I have 2 kids, and so sometimes things just keep getting pushed from the beginning of the week to the end. But I think that redundancy just helps me finally get it done by the end of the week, and you know, that's just what works for me. I had seen recently in a video from SingleMomWitCurlz that I loved the use of this DIYfish insert in the front of your planner as a pullout to track anything you want for the year. I'm using it for bills, and I have it here. I have my bill information covered, but you can write in your bills for the month and when they're due, and you can just see for the month in a nice kind of global way when each bill is due, and then you can plan based on pay period and that kind of thing, you know, when you're going to pay each bill. And I just like to have that at the front, so then when I'm doing my monthly planning, I can put that on my monthly pages. So SingleMomWitCurlz video was great, you know, for showing how to print that out, kind of shrink it down to size, trim it. It also comes with another piece from DIYfish that I'm not using, but it also looked really useful. So it's worth taking a look at her video for that. But that's how I'm using this at the front of this planner. So that is my actual planner insert, which isn't too thick, which is nice. And then I just have a folder in the back that I got on Etsy. This is from a shop that is no longer open, but another good place to get these folders is Annika Hanby on Etsy, because she makes great folders, and I've got some in my other Midori notebooks that are great from her. So here I just have stamps, deposit slips, little things that I might need with me. I love these library cards for shopping lists. I got these off Etsy as well. You can find these pretty easily, and they're just nice to write lists on and be able to check off on the left side. I have some market dots here. I like to use these stickers, which is why I like kind of plain understated week on 2 pages, because then you can use these stickers. I like the ones from the Reset Girl. I also like Kawai Designs on Etsy, and these are market dots as well from both of those stores. And so that I carry with me. And this back pocket is just a good place. I carry some masking stickers just so I can do that stuff on the go. Few little things, receipts. I try not to bulk up that pocket too much, because this can get really chunky really quickly, and I don't want this thing to weigh 100 pounds. Even though it can hold a lot, I try to keep it limited. And in terms of pens, I love this multi-pen. This I got off of Jet Pens, and I like the ballpoint on this one. This is the Uni Style Fit. I also like the Coletto for the gel ink, but I really like this one for the ballpoint, and I have this one in the 3 inks, but you can also get this in 5 colors as well. So that is my 2015 setup. I hope there might be something interesting there that might make you think, might give you a good idea. In terms of the bullet journaling, the one thing I just want to say, because I've heard a lot of people say on YouTube and on Instagram about bullet journaling that, oh, well, I've fallen behind on my bullet journaling and I start and then I lose track. I think the important thing to remember that's really great about it is it's not supposed to necessarily happen every day. It's something that is supposed to happen when you need to do it. And what's great about it is it's not a rigid system. So that's why I love to use it in my traveler's notebook, because you can use it on any page. It doesn't have to be structured. It doesn't have to be dated. So, you know, use the bullet journaling if it helps keep you organized and don't feel like it has to fit in a particular structure. So thanks for listening. I hope I haven't put you to sleep. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks. Bye-bye.